Yo!
Yayo Talk Show!
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Molly.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Marco.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Katie.
Dreamin'!
Al's name didn't fit. They talk about the show, this group of four friends been going for 1,000,000 years, there's no end. Watching every arc and saga, no sleep. It's the king of anime, 1,000 episodes deep.
Yayo Talk Show!
Talking about One Piece.
It's the name of the podcast.
We're not on Vine. Yayo Talk Show. Talking about
One Piece.
What's up, wenches, privateers, and non-binary buccaneers? Welcome aboard the most chaotic One Piece podcast on the Grand Linternet. Let's introduce you to the crew. First, the captain of the Chrono Pirates, Molly, who cannot stop snickering, D. Sempi.
It's me. You did a really good job, Al. That's why I was giggling. You said Linternet too, so I was just happy about that.
And then you also heard Wild Theorist Kaden Jensen.
Hello. We've been here for an hour and a half, warming up.
We did a movie.
Chit chat.
Movie warm-up that no one will ever hear.
Or will they?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't put that
Also-
evil on me.
The evil will be put on the internet's gentleman, Mark B. Donica. The B is for Bonesman. Hello. Also, I am the Laughborg, Al McClellan.
Yay.
Appropriate pause.
Al McCleaborg. Let's go.
McCleveland.
Everyone laugh. He's very funny.
Baha, baha. For some reason, I feel remarkably less funny now.
Oh no. When you ask for laughter,
Please laugh.
It do be like that though.
please laugh.
Please laugh.
Please laugh.
The Jeb Buff of Jeb Buff, the Jeb Bush of comedy.
Wow.
No, that's why you're the fun. That's
Oh,
why you're
God.
the Laughborg. It's
Got
the
'em.
accidental stuff that's great.
The Jeff. The what?
Let's
Jeff.
all right.
Jeff.
Ah, yes.
Everybody, shut the fuck up. Let's talk about reviews real quick.
If you're listening to us for the first time, wow. But also,
I am so sorry, everyone.
we really
God.
appreciate that. If you're like, episode 14, now's my time to shine. Like, we appreciate that a lot. But if you didn't know, we're on iTunes. We're on all sorts of podcast providers around the globe. And in order for more people to join the crew and listen to the show, we'd really appreciate it if you would leave us reviews, specifically on iTunes. And if you're leaving a review from a different country, we can't see those. So take a screenshot, tweet at us at Yayo Talk Show so that we can shout you out on the show. We've done it before. We have a fair amount. We appreciate everybody that has left us reviews. We just need a little more, okay? If you just be kind and give us a little bit more of that sweet, good, we'd
We
really
have to get our
appreciate it.
fix.
Oh, 100%. Like especially with, we sort of do these recordings in chunks and like those reviews are supposed to like last us for a certain amount of time. We need sustenance. Feed us is I guess what we're trying to say. But another way that you can support us though is you can find us on Twitch. You heard it at the beginning of the show, but recently we achieved affiliate status, which means we're about to go buck wild in this place. We got art, we've got like emotes, we've got all sorts of stuff.
We're pog champing.
Oh, dude, we're bug champing like crazy.
We champing?
Are we though?
We bug hype? We bug hyping?
Love to see it.
We're smug bugging.
Oh, smug bug, that's so good.
Isn't that what I called the new emote?
That is exactly
Yeah.
what you call the
Okay,
new
good.
Oh,
I'm
I
glad.
didn't see the
Yeah,
thing.
it's called Smug Bug.
Give credit where credit is due to
Smug bug.
Kaden.
I don't remember what I fucking do. All right, I don't.
It's a lot of stuff though.
Time is an illusion. My brain is firing on all cylinders at all times. I have
Take a nap.
slept in the last couple weeks, but not in the
Right.
last couple days.
Oh.
I've been. It's been insomnia the last like 3-4 days. So I'm riding the caffeine train as much as I can,
you?
legally allowed to have, because my doctor says I'm not supposed to have too much caffeine anymore because I'll die.
Don't.
Anyway.
Oof.
Don't.
do
Speaking-
Don't do it.
Speaking of dying,
Speaking of dying and what Caden does, what episode of One Piece are you on?
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
Nailed it.
episodes.
I haven't watched any. I haven't really watched much of anything lately. I've been
my God.
really busy with work. There's so many things that I can't talk about. Hey, NDAs. That I'm working on, and announcements soon. Maybe by the time this comes out, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to talk about something. If not by this episode, then definitely by next episode, I'll have some stuff that I can talk about more publicly. But I've been so busy with that. And then my 9 to 5 that I haven't had any time to like focus on a show. I've watched some movies, not One Piece movies, and I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends. And I started over on PC, and now I put 60 hours in the last 4 days.
To shatter the illusion a little bit, we as a crew took a little bit of a break.
Molly,
What?
My illusion.
told them that.
Aw, too late. Sorry.
Is this your card?
Are they seeing through my semblance already?
Aw, immediately. No, but yeah, we took a little bit of a break. We Mark and I were both gone for a little bit, so we caught up on episodes very quickly before we left, and then it just kind of worked out that I don't know, has it been a month? It's almost been a month.
Man, we did 4 episodes in a couple of weeks plus streaming, and then the couple of weeks where we were kind of quiet were when we took a bit of a break, but at least jamming through to the end of the year. Man, let's have some fun. Let's go nuts. Let's go crazy. Caden, watch the show.
Raspberry, strawberry, or grape?
Are we talking about?
Strawberry.
You said
Strawberry.
we're jamming through the rest of the year. Raspberry, strawberry, or grape?
Boysenberry.
No,
100%.
huckleberry.
Boysenberry.
Apricot.
Apricot. Ooh. I
going
love
app.
one. No, well, I'm going with Al. Apricot's good. I haven't had a nice apricot jam in a while.
Well,
It's quite tasty.
We app jamming? We app jamming? We app jamming.
Jamming with the apps.
You gotta put that shit on some brie and then put that shit in the oven, and then when you take it out, it's all gooey, and then you eat it with crackers.
Molly, you better brie ready because we're still in Impel down.
Got him. Boy, do I have brie on my face.
Sorry, that was a little cheesy of me.
Hey.
Ah!
Al, welcome to the. This is the secret 7th hell, leading the show.
Pun hell. We made it.
Don't worry, this show's gonna be a Gouda one.
Ah!
Al's just crying.
It's so excited that it's Al's episode because this is all fire.
That's the 4th hell.
I mean, yeah, it is the 4th hell. You know, guys, we're really being monsters to Al. Let him start the show.
Oh my god! Okay, so where are we? Luffy is in the middle.
No, wait, I want to. Sorry, really
stressful
quickly.
fight.
Sorry. No, wait, really
Nope.
quickly. Are we swissing gears to the main part of the show?
Oh my god!
Wow. I thought this was gonna be like we forgot to mention this thing, and I was like, let Mark speak, and I'm like, I regret letting Mark speak.
Most people do.
Oh dang.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, let's see- wait.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard I got the end of that.
That's fine. I'll take it. All right, I'm literally gonna mute myself
Yeah,
because I
literally,
can't help it.
let's just be courteous to Al and let him.
All
let him do
right,
his
that's
job.
stretching it.
Pecorino, where were we? That doesn't work at all. Anyway, Luffy is in the middle of a very stressful fight.
Al, you need to think of a feta pun there. So go ahead and try again.
No!
Blue cheese.
I regret this now. I didn't before. I've learned my lesson.
Hey, leave that prove alone, all right? He needs to finish his job.
God
my-
damn it.
So Luffy is in the middle of a very stressful fight. This IBS man,
Oh
using
no.
poisons in a bunch of different ways means Luffy will make some horrible gurgling sounds. Do y'all remember all the gurgling that happened?
Oh,
I
it's real
do.
gross. It's
He
gross
was like,
as hell.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It's like,
It's like screaming and gurgling at the same time. Like while this fight's happening, Bonchan runs away, vowing to return to save him. Buggy and Mr. 3 are laying on the floor, captured by Hannibal.
This is why Bonchan is the fucking best, though. All right.
because of his vow of friendship,
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I love Bonchan.
sobbing while running.
They're just the best. I love them so much.
I'm pretty sure there's like slow motion sparkly crying happening while he's running away. It's like
Usually.
He doesn't want to run away.
it's wanted to fight, but it's Magellan. He's like this big force of nature, making
Would you
sure
call
that
him-
the strongest pirates in the what?
What did you call him? Like the IBS monster?
This IBS man.
Yeah, I'd be out of there.
I mean, yeah, he definitely got that Ibs.
The Ibsman.
The Ibs.
It's like the Donna Yen.
He had too much cheese.
Oh no, cheddar?
You better bereave it.
Oh man.
Come on,
so
come on, you're doing great.
Got it in.
Luffy
Don't
lands
get-
one really good bazooka on Magellan right in his irritable tummy, making him kneel. But because he's made of poison, every hit Luffy manages to land ends up getting him more and more poison. So Magellan, being mad about a rookie making him kneel, gets serious, summons his poison Hydra, and does an insane attack. Here's a question for everybody. How does rubber counter poison?
It doesn't.
Here's the thing. The rubber isn't alive, so it doesn't need to. But Luffy is, so he ain't got nothing.
Kind of implying that like the poison is acid, I guess, in my brain. So it's like I immediately think if anything touches poison, it's gonna start sizzling.
So I can say that there's two things that came to mind, like how Luffy could have gotten out of this situation, but I was kind of very quickly proven wrong. Shocking, I was proven wrong. I thought he was gonna go gear second and just kind of like process things out of him quicker. Like, so it's like, oh,
Super liver?
right, I'm just gonna put everything, like funnel all the poison, pump all of it through me as quickly as possible. But the downside is that, oh, it makes poison go faster. So it's just like, oh, this just hurts more. So that's kind of what ends up happening, right? Is like he tries to and he overextends too quickly.
Rubber does not counter poison at all. Luffy gets stomped. He basically, we cut back to him in a puddle of expired grape drink, and he's not having a good time.
I do not like grape drink anyway, so there is that.
And when it's expired, just don't. Just don't.
Luffy making the decision to make sure set everything through his body super fast probably wasn't the smartest decision.
Yeah, it's like the thing is it made sense on paper.
Yeah.
It made sense on paper to just be like, well, I'm just gonna. It's like, oh right, if I make it go faster, then the poison goes faster, and it's like,
That's a bad thing.
The thing is like it's not necessarily bad, but it's also not necessarily good because it starts working faster. And if you don't have at this point, Luffy's been fighting for a while. So Luffy's kind of like getting to an end of like energy because they've been busting ass to get down here. Like, so like when Magellan shows up, it's just like, we're already tired. Like we're already exhaused. Just
forgot to bring
here.
our orange slices.
Who's got the senzu bean?
Molly always has the senzu bean for us.
I ate them all.
Oh,
Sorry,
well.
I didn't know we were. It's like the
Oh, you
equivalent of.
guys wanted these?
Oh,
I was having the 3-bean salad by myself.
there were only 3 beans, so.
Are we establishing Molly as Yajirobe, or is that a conversation for a different time?
Yamcha.
Okay.
Yamcha. I'd be Yamcha for sure.
Molly's Yamcha. Also, anybody who disrespects Yamcha in the year of
In
our
this economy?
in the year of our plague 2021, you have not read the That Time I Got Reincarnated as Yamcha series because you should. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
Awesome.
very good.
No, but that iconic scene that everybody knows Yamcha for, the scene. Okay, so every time I'm like, fight me in the parking lot, Kaden, cue to that scene like a 1
In a
second
crater?
later. Yeah, that's me.
To be fair, I mean you are going toe to toe with a Saiyan, so
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, at least I help you back up.
Yeah.
I don't leave you in the little hole. I'll help you back
so
up.
nice.
Anyway.
No, you're my
Speaking
ride,
of-
so you gotta.
I drove you to the Denny's parking lot, beat the shit out of you, and then I was like,
Then
all right, Mom,
picked you
let's
up and
go.
y'all had pancakes.
Yeah, and I was like, thanks for the ride. I appreciate it.
Sorry, Al. We got lost again. Bring us back.
So Hannibal is ordered to take prisoners Buggy and Mr. 3 back to their levels, and expired purple drink covered Luffy is to have his body dumped in icy hell to wait out his gurgle death, while Magellan has to go have private time after getting his bowels rattled.
Don't you hate it when?
And as the guard convoy goes up the stairs, the group get ambushed by Bon Clay. It's just Hannibal and some guards, and so Bon Clay tricks them with his mimicry by turning into Nami. Hannibal whispers, "Just my type," and gets KO'd off screen. And, like, what even is Hannibal? Like, ambitious, coward, pervert? Is that accurate? Is that enough of a description?
I wouldn't say ambitious. I definitely wouldn't say ambitious. Ambitious isn't the word I'd use. Manipulative?
Yeah, that's fair.
Opportunistic?
That's also fair. So manipulative, opportunistic, coward, pervert.
I mean, he wants
Sphinx.
one job. Like, he doesn't want a lot of things. He just wants to be the person in charge, probably for terrible reasons.
Manipulate, mansplain. What's the other one,
Manwife.
Kaden?
Man-wife.
Manwife. No, everything but the manwife.
Manipulate, mansplain, manwich.
Manwich.
You know what? That tracks. That tracks.
In that, Bon Clay convinces Buggy and Mr. 3 to help rescue Gurgle Luffy by bringing him to Emporio Ivankov, who's supposedly imprisoned somewhere in icy hell, who's a miracle worker, the only one who can save Luffy in this moment. They're super not on board. They ask why, and Bon Clay says, "Because he's my friend." It's very emotional, and a word neither Buggy or Mr. 3 have ever been described as before. Like, do they have friends? Either of them? Like, they have crews, sure, but are they friendly?
I think that's the distinguishing thing here is that, like, as far as most pirate ship crews that we've encountered, most of them are crews, not friends or like found family. They
What?
have it's like most of the ones that we've meet, they are crews first. They may like each other quite a bit and they may have a good rapport with each other, but most of them are not like how Luffy treats his crew. Luffy treats his
sure.
crew above and beyond. Like, they are Luffy's family. 100%.
Come on, you guys. No. Come on. We all saw Foxy's games. We know exactly what it's like to have family.
Do we?
I think we all saw the same thing here.
We just saw Buggy's crew literally go, nah.
Fuck that guy.
That's fine. And that's partially Alvida's fault too, but still, like, that whole crew that was like so tight was just like, oh, there? No. There's usually something.
There is a difference. There is a notable difference. So
You're right.
when
You're right.
you are around Luffy and Luffy starts treating you that way, you're just like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, we're married.
I mean, you know,
Mhm,
sometimes you just suddenly find out that holding hands makes you get married.
Bonchan disguised as Hannibal takes Buggy and Mr. 3 to icy hell, and they learn from other guards that Ivankov was demoned away, like so many other prisoners. And they say because they're very close to hell, even though it's literally Dante's Inferno a little bit. Unnerved, they enter icy hell and are not ready for the cold. They get separated by ice wolves and almost freeze to death a few times. Does anyone know how to tell if you're experiencing hypothermia or how to prevent it?
Here's
Let's
how
learn.
Get warm.
Here's how you prevent hypothermia. Don't go anywhere
Don't.
super cold.
Don't.
Fixed.
Don't go outside.
10 steps ahead of you.
You can be cold inside.
Oh, shoot.
And if you happen to be in Texas during February of 2021,
Oh,
then
no.
you don't. You just get it.
You get somebody on your crew to start crocheting you a blanket, so by the time the new winter comes around,
New
it'll be
winter.
ready.
How do you prevent and notice hypothermia, Al?
Is it limes? It's eating limes.
You usually feel it in your extremities first, and it's just they go numb. And the way to prevent it is to stay dry, mostly. Like, you don't want to work up a sweat in cold because your sweat will freeze and will make it worse. And you'll start to notice discoloration on like your fingers and toes.
Oh.
And that starts like kind of gangrene looking, and then it turns black. And that at that point, when your limb turns black, that means it's gone, which is not great. So don't get hypothermia, everybody.
Scurvy. I'm thinking of scurvy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what the orange slices were for.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I really do appreciate that.
Tangelos. We're eating Tangelos.
So Buggy and Mr. 3 attempt jogging in place. They each get tired and then freeze every time they stop jogging. They try cuddling and rubbing each other and then just running for their lives from ice wolves, which, it's fine. Bonchan, meanwhile, is powering through with the force of friendship. He fights wolves a lot. He finds Luffy eventually, still gurgling, and tries to drag him and his purple drink sled to the only person who could help in literal prison hell, the Queen of Queers, Emporio Ivankov, but ends up in the middle of the woods, surrounded by wolves, and gets mauled to death.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to see it.
Y'all don't remember that?
Oh,
No,
I
I do.
remember.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
definitely do.
I remember.
Or did he?
Bonchan.
Yeah, I remember the end of the series.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
there it
when
was.
Luffy
That
dies.
was the end.
Did you
And
guys
We
remember
did it,
that?
everybody.
That was
Congrats.
crazy. I can't believe they still have the show going after that.
Yeah, it's all just filler. It's like Naruto before the time skip.
No. Oh,
So
no.
Bonchan wakes up in a cave covered in bandages. There's a lot of talking and light coming from a door down the hall, and he opens the door to New Kama Land. People are partying, eating good-looking food, wearing lots of fishnets, and Emporio Ivankov. What exactly is their devil fruit?
Hodu Hodu.
Hodu Hodu.
Horuhoru. It's the Horu
Okay.
Horu no Mi. It's
We'll leave the English translation off for a bit, and I will
yeah, let's
immediately
not.
hand it off to you.
just give me just pass me the ball
me?
when you want me to.
Yeah, so Emporio Ivankov is on stage, essentially the MC of this secret paradise in the walls of a hell prison. Bonchan, an out and proud, he's an out and proud gay dancer, looks at all of this and says, "What's with these perverts?" So let's
Great.
talk about New Kama Land. What are everybody's thoughts?
I'll go last.
Well,
Okay.
to start us off we start off there and it's like, wow, what a weird thing to say. And then somebody breaks in to the area and as punishment for doing so, which
Well, they break into the area and their grievance, as you were gonna say, is that they're mad at Ivankov for changing their father.
Let me take this. Y'all are dancing around so much, and I appreciate it. Allow me to take this because this one's definitely something that
go off.
we as a
Kaden.
group need to kind of dance around because this is where One Piece decides to take a ball, look at it, think about it for half a second, then instead of dropping it, throw it on the ground and then just say, "Fuck that ball." It kind of bless them. They're trying in one way and also like, ooh,
Indelicate.
let me be indelicate with how I explain it, and then I'll explain why it's not great. And then we can just kind of go from there. Sound great? Good.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yep. Mhm.
So somebody breaks in, complains that Ivankov took one of their parents and made them something else, and like went off on a very long tangent about, it's like how all of it's really terrible and blah, blah, blah. And Ivankov, who I was initially very like, I don't know how to feel about this one, immediately was just like, well, you're just kind of an asshole. You're just an asshole because because they went in and I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need to explain why everything is not great here. So dude comes in, complains that his father is now a woman and is saying that it was a horrible blah, blah, blah. Turns out that the person's parent came to Ivankov to transition.
Yeah.
Like asked.
Specifically for
Asked.
that. It literally was saying, it's like, I would like to transition, please. And Ivankov's like, absolutely, boom,
You got it.
gender affirmed. And it's like, and Ivankov replies with, it's like, you will treat your mother with respect.
Yeah. It's
It's like,
all really
very
well.
simple. It's just like, I'm just like, wow, okay, Ivankov
Yes.
handles it, but
No, it's one of those things where you're just sitting and like
But-
your fingers on the desk of like, all right, when is this gonna take the turn?
Right, and here's where it takes the turn. Up until that point, it's kind of like, okay, this person's basically being transphobic, and then Ivankov's just like, you're an asshole, and kind of being, it's like disrespectful to your parent who came to me for help in the first place, and I gave them the help that they asked for. No questions asked, no money, no nothing, just here it is, gender affirmed. Fantastic, lovely, all about it, wonderful. Then says, well, you know what? How about this? And then zaps the dude, changing him into a girl. And that's your punishment. And
That's your punishment.
That's when I paused. That's when I paused and I'm just like, so let's explain why that's not okay. Let's explain very quickly why that's not a good thing, and changing somebody from something that they are comfortable in into something that they are not comfortable in is not okay. You don't do that.
Consent is a very important thing, gang.
It's not only is it like literally counteracts the thing that Ivankov said 3 seconds ago. It's like, why would you do that when you know that that's not the thing? Whatever.
Yes.
So like, it was kind of just like, I don't really like this. I kind of like went off and kind of complained about like how like the setup was great and then the dismount was broken limbs. It's just like, you almost had it. You almost had it. You started with the transphobia and it was really bad, but then you corrected it with Ivankov saying something, and then Ivankov does something that Ivankov really shouldn't have done in the first place, which, let me phrase it this way. If you view being a woman as a punishment, maybe don't talk to women ever again.
Yeah, entirely.
Maybe don't. And you know what? Maybe you don't have women talking to you at all. About that. That's probably the real case of here. But the way that happens is Emperor Ivankov, and yes, as so eloquently put, literally called the Queen of the Queers, or sometimes the Okama King, depending on who you're asking and what the subtitles want at any particular point in time, or what the dub says. It's all technically correct as far as everything is concerned. But Ivankov's devil fruit is the Horu no Mi, which is the hormone fruit. And what that means is that in the greater sense of everything, Ivankov has full control over hormones. That's we're talking body temperature, skin pigmentation, growth, stamina, emotional state, gender, everything. The whole shebang. Literally everything can be changed by Ivankov, which, what a devil fruit. What an awesome devil fruit.
That is pretty OP.
It is absolutely really wild. Ivankov's fingers turn into syringes and can just inject whatever hormone is necessary at the time. So you want some adrenaline? Let's go. On a transition in 30 seconds, speed run. Let's do it. You are, it's like it's like your body is super cold. Well, let's get your body warmed up. Let's not get that hypothermia happening. If you're running low on stamina, it's like, and you're feeling tired. Well, here's a shot of the go-go juice.
400 cc's of adrenaline stat.
And that's pretty much like, it's wild. Like, it's a very interesting devil fruit, and which means that like it can cure poisons. It can help, cure poisons and stuff. At a cost. Which is to say that Ivankov then goes and says like, well, I can help this little rubber man. I can help.
In exchange for years of his life.
Yes, years of his life. That's the cost. It's not like I'm taking some of those years. It's this is
you
just
have
going
to spend those right now to heal.
Yes.
First off, we're establishing that Ivankov like saved Bonchan and Luffy from the wolves. Like they found him out in the winter, and then Luffy on his deathbed was like, "Save my friend, save Bonchan, like help him out." And he was just like, "Ooh,
Nakama
like,
for life."
Yeah, it was just like, "Look at you, little straw hat boy!" Like, whoa. And then he's like, "You know what? I'll help you too.
I believe at this point, this is when Ivankov finds out that Luffy is actually Monkey D. Luffy, the son of revolutionary Monkey D. Dragon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, first there's he basically in a flashback bargains with him about how he has to do his recovery, and he says it'll take days to work. And he jabs him with the needle gloves. But here's another question: does he sterilize his gloves between attacks,
I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I'd imagine one, yes, and I imagine two, considering the control over how much genetic makeup and everything, it's I'm pretty sure that Ivankov can't get sick and
Probably.
can immediately. It's oh look, germs, none, no germs. I have eviscerated the germs on my
I
finger.
have canceled the germs.
Germs canceled. So what I'm saying is we needed Ivankov now to administer the vaccine. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That very convenient.
It would have been. We'd be done. We'd be hanging out. Is what I'm saying.
Here's your vaccination as punishment.
Also, anything else you want? It's you want to look a little bit younger. You want to transition. You want to be a little beefier. I'll give you the works.
You want
Thank you,
a
Ivankov.
giant head? Those are things we can do.
So, and why don't we just say this? Ivankov, very much based off of a famous movie.
Tim Curry.
It's based off of Tim Curry's performance in Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is another one of those things that is
A milestone movie that has problems.
It's one of those things that I cherish so much about it, but at the same time, it's just that didn't age well.
Yeah, examining it now.
Tim Curry's still very beautiful voice.
Yes.
Watched that movie again very recently. Tim Curry is amazing. So obviously this is based off of Tim Curry's character in Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it looks like Tim Curry with a giant head. It's just fishnet stocking Tim Curry with a giant head.
Yeah.
And blue hair?
And blue hair.
Purple hair?
It's bluish.
It's anime. It's all blue hair.
It's blurple.
Blurple. All right, I'll allow that.
It's because it's got highlights of blue, but the deep colors are purple, so it's kind of it's both.
Yeah, I'm looking at an image of New Kama Land, and the one I have, it's very distinctly purple. But I have seen them in purple and blue hair before.
Yeah, there's the fight later that I guess to point it out there, Ivankov is very. I would consider what Ivankov is very gender fluid, very very gender non-conforming in person, comfortable with any kind of body shape for themselves. I'm using they them pronouns because it just makes more sense.
Yeah,
definitely.
And the thing is, Ivankov uses pretty much every pronoun. There's plenty.
They have them all.
Yeah, Ivankov, like the Infinity Stones, just has all
the pronouns.
Ivankov's referred by she, her pronouns, he, him pronouns, and they, them pronouns. So
king, queen pronouns. Right?
But
Sorry.
There's a lot happening.
there's so much. I want to briefly take 2 seconds to talk about Inazuma.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Oh, we're talking about Inazuma?
Take as much time as you want.
I want to take a brief aside to talk about Inazuma because Inazuma's role in everything that's happening, which is Inazuma is Ivankov's right hand, as
Yes.
it were. We see very little of Inazuma throughout this, but I want to take a brief moment to appreciate just how wonderful a character design it is.
Yeah.
Inazuma, much like Ivankov, very gender fluid, just kind of it's whatever, depending on the situation. Inazuma is whatever Inazuma wants to be, and that's all thanks to Ivankov, being and doing Ivankov's thing, and it's just kind of chill and casual. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that Inazuma looks like a orange creamsicle, and I adore it. Inazuma, in any form is just like, you are the tastiest little creamsicle, ain't you? Just
God,
like
I've been scrolling back through your thread to find like when you watched this part, and I just passed creamsicle person is a great character design.
I love Inazuma's design. I love Inazuma's devil fruit. Inazuma's devil fruit is the Choki Choki no Mi, which
Can cut anything as if it were paper.
yes, cut
The
anything
snip.
specifically cut, turns parts of Inazuma into scissors and can cut through any material, no matter what, as if it was paper. And it's amazing. Like, what a cool devil fruit. That's so cool. Anyway, I love this creamsicle.
I feel like that implies that Inazuma was responsible for building New Kama Land. Like, had to be.
Venture a guess that probably has to be the case because
Yeah.
of like how
Just cut into the
Inazuma-
floor.
Yeah, just like, oh, just gonna it's like made this safe haven for everyone inside the prison. Like inside this like this like what is it? 6.5 is the level that they call it.
Yeah, it's like in
5.5.
between.
5.5.
5.5,
Yeah.
excuse me.
In between.
Yeah, that in between level. And it's just such a like their dynamic, Inazuma and Ivankov, it's very wholesome. It's kind of like the best way I put it is Ivankov is that like 50s, 60s-year-old queer person who's just like they still have some vernacular from the olden days in their repertoire. They're actively doing great things and they're the elder queer mentor. And then Inazuma is the millennial
Yeah.
queer who's just like way more like of the world and way more like down to earth in a lot of different ways.
Takes things in stride and is just like,
Yep. And then then there's a lot of like you can tell that there's a lot of like younger folks who are in New Kama Land who look at Inazuma as like you're the best. Like it's like we worship and praise Ivankov, but like it's like if anything ever happened to Ivankov, you are absolutely everything that we need as
It's like,
far as
real
a
shame.
leader.
We couldn't find Ivankov. Uh-oh.
Everyone hide behind Inazuma.
And there's so much like respect tossed in Inazuma's lap, even though Inazuma is very quiet, very like direct, doesn't mince words, and just kind of like. My favorite part is that if Inazuma's personality changes zero when depending on presentation, depending on like with Booba or sans Booba, Inazuma is the exact
Sans
same
Booba.
person. And that was probably my favorite part about Inazuma is like when that happened, I'm just like, oh, they're gonna do the thing where now Inazuma's gonna be, and it's like, nope.
Yeah,
Inazuma's
I love
the same,
that.
it's the same.
The same.
It wasn't as significant of a change as when Eva did it.
Yes.
And that's great.
Even when Ivankov like changed the person as a punishment, when they went running, they did the stereotypical like anime girl run where like the
Yes.
arms are up, like running through the
Oh,
field.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
And
thing is,
crying.
Ivankov's personality kind of changes a little bit from presentation, which that's fine. Like that, it is what it is. But I do appreciate the fact that Inazuma, no matter how they're presenting themselves at any given moment, no matter what they're wearing, no matter what they look like, they're just like, I am the exact same person. Ivankov is just like. In Booba mode, Ivankov is just like, look at my titties. They bounce and they are distracting. Please be distracted by my titties and my long legs and all this.
Says lithe and soft a lot.
Yeah, it's like words change and dialect changes and this and that. And it's like, that's fine. That is fine. And that is also totally valid. I just like Inazuma a lot. There's a lot of like things about Inazuma that like made me very happy as a person.
And
Calm,
the infinite
level-headed.
wine glass.
The
Just-
infinite
Yes.
wine glass. Listen. If Emperor Ivankov is the like grandma / grandpa, grandparent, queer that's in their 60s, Inazuma is the like
Wine aunt.
early 30s to late 30s wine, aunt. She's
Aunt,
just
uncle.
like swirling the glasses. It's like, I love you, honey. Go have fun. And it's just like,
we didn't even have wine. Where did you bring that?
Well, there's so many times Inazuma has the glass, and then they require them to cut something up, and I just like off screen imagining like handing it to Ivankov and being like, "Hold this for me, darling," and then like cuts up the floor and then takes it back like very
hold
like
this.
nonchalantly.
Please hold this.
I got your flower. I got your flower, baby. Go kick some ass.
And I'm just now realizing how many super powerful characters, once they're like, I'm going to be something in the world, they immediately go, I need somebody that can cut things. Like there have been like a lot of people where like their right hand is either sword or cutting person. And I guess like why not? It's Japan. Let's go.
It's
We
true.
need samurai.
There is one thing that is kind of that I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. I wish that this would happen more often, and it's kind of funny that Ranma is one of the few things that actually happened with. For a majority of, I want to say like for the first half of Ranma, both male Ranma and girl Ranma, Sarah Strange. First couple movies and first like 2 seasons was just Sarah Strange doing both. But like a lot of stuff now is just like, oh, if it's the voice of this character, it goes from like, oh, and it's like, you know, the magical anime trope of, and now you're the opposite of what you were, and then they change the voice actor. It's just like, I would love to see more of same voice actor doing the thing, because there's a lot of people with range to be able to do that stuff, and I think that it sounds more authentic to like have that, even in a sense of not just like casting trans and non-binary and gender non-conforming talent in those particular roles, but like I know a lot of voice actors who are not even, you know, gender non-conforming trans or non-binary who have that range. It's just like, why not? I mean, it's cool. Like, just it shows it's a neat thing. All right, I'm done talking about Inazuma. Go ahead. I'm done. Sorry.
So Luffy's recovering. He has to be chained to this like table so that he doesn't hurt himself while he's going through this recovery hormone ordeal. And Bonchan's outside. And as a true 100% ride or die friend to Luffy, they stand outside the cell and scream to cheer him on for hours. Until he goes hoarse, struggles to stand, and eventually, through the power of Newkama meeting Nakama, the rest of the bar also cheers on Luffy.
Yay!
But then suddenly Luffy's screaming stops and everybody freaks out thinking he died. But in that moment of silence...
Also, blood. Lots of blood coming from underneath the door.
Yes. And in that moment, Luffy screams, "Food!" And food is brought.
Meat.
Luffy has a conversation with Ivankov, revealing that his dad is
this is
indeed
like...
leader of the Revolutionary Army, Dragon. Which Ivankov...
Dragon?
Yeah. What?
The leader of the Revolutionary Army, Dragon. And he's like, oh yeah, Dad, that's right, Dad.
Did you say Dad?
Hold on a minute.
Hold on
a second.
It's just so funny to me because it's like my best friend, like it's like, oh man, thank God I saved this kid, because it's like, man, my best friend would be totally bummed out. Like,
You left my kid in prison.
And you killed him.
Meanwhile, cut to Dragon. I had a kid.
I know I have a father, but do I have a
Ace?
child? Yeah. Exactly. He thinks of his other kid.
Algebra over his face, just like, children. What is a children?
No, I don't think that's for me. Even though I have 2.
No, pass.
No, that's fine.
You mean my dog?
Have you met my dog?
Just that's what he's looking towards East Blue always. Man, I miss my dog.
No,
I miss my dog.
I wonder how my dog's doing.
Monkey D. Doji.
He's on that farm upstate.
No!
No.
Boo!
No!
So Ivankov reveals they're one of the commanders of the Revolutionary Army with Dragon, and they're now bound by honor to help Dragon's son. Prison revolts start. Luffy collapses. Ivankov can also inject people with adrenaline, does that Luffy goes Saiyan for a minute, but now we'll be awake for like 24 hours, and then we'll have to recover for several days after the fact. Now revolution start.
Hooray! Man, thank God they got there early.
Yeah.
The stakes just keep like growing and growing. Like we talked about it a little bit of when Luffy first busts out Gear Second. That's a thing of like, that's gonna shorten your life. And then there's the thing here with Ivankov where it's like, that's gonna shorten your life. And it like things just keep building and building and building.
It worries me so much. It's like we're gonna
gonna
get to the One Piece and Luffy's gonna be like, awesome. That was what a fun adventure. And then just like pass out, like die on the One Piece.
Can I make everybody sad for a second if they understand this reference?
Uh-oh.
It's like the end of Bicentennial Man, where they finally declare him a human as like the second before he dies.
Oh no.
Oh God. I was crying as like a fucking 13-year-old in that movie. Oh boy. That movie's so good and so sad. But but that's the thing is like Luffy's gonna be like, well, the journey's over. That's all I wanted. Anyway, dead.
Well, there's something else to live for. Thank God I shortened my life so grievously.
I don't care about the rest of you having to deal with my legacy. Anyway.
Well, good luck with that.
That one hurts. Ooh, that one hurts.
Got him.
I mean, we could bring that one.
Continues.
Nope.
All right.
Continues the trend.
For everyone listening, Caden just said, just like Petty.
No, don't say that. No.
Got him.
Moving on.
Got him.
Here comes the boy.
Oh, God.
Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Welcome.
What the hell is this energy today?
I don't know.
It's
Sunday.
Hey, Al, can you help us get out of Impel down? Okay, can you take us Impel up?
Well, no, we gotta go further. We have
to go further.
We haven't gone all the way down.
We gotta
go down to go back up.
We gotta get down to get
up.
We gotta
get up, get it down.
We gotta
get Ace. We gotta get Ace.
Back on level 5, Hannibal learns Bon has entered into the level with Buggy and Mr. 3. He assumes they're eaten because he finds the headdress Bon stole covered in blood. They think they were eaten by wolves. Ace is being delivered to Marines.
No, Luffy.
It's not a great time.
My brother's in there. Luffy.
Luffy and group quickly head to the level 5 entrance, but a gate crashes down, stopping them, and then sleeping gas is flooded into the area.
Oh no.
Which they realize means that they're trying to hold them there until guards can arrive. Then Inazuma, with the Choki Choki Nomi, chops up the floor and then covers up the place where all the gas is coming out of the wall. And they try and come up with a plan how to leave. Luffy realizes Ace's Viver card points away from the prison now. Luffy says if Ace is headed to Marine headquarters, then so will he. Ivankov tries to talk him out of it, but Luffy counters, saying that if he didn't, he'd regret it for the rest of his life, and makes a serious AF face that Ivankov recognizes as the same face as Dragon.
Whoa, can you believe?
Whoa.
Wow,
it's
did
true.
you know that Luffy kind of looks like his dad a little bit?
Oh my
Wow,
God.
is your name Baruto?
Did you
Or Baruto's dad.
Baruto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Baruto.
You know.
The things that you go to Taco Bell for. Burritos.
Dude, Kaden, I know it. Naruto's kid Burrito.
Yeah, and then the spin-off series, Burrito Supreme.
Burrito Supreme.
You get tomatoes on it.
You do?
Kunai outside the bun.
I just want everybody to know that I do not condone anything that just happened.
Ninja run outside the bun.
Oh, yeah, that's way better. Dab!
I'm so mad.
You gotta dab it in the sauce.
I'm so upset right now.
I'm so hungry.
In this moment of you being upset, suddenly a voice calls out to Luffy, offering to create a hole to get the group out of the level. That voice belongs to none other than Crocodile.
Oh, this guy.
Luffy wants nothing to do with this asshole.
The guy who keeps winning all the favorite character is still in the top 20 favorite like characters has not been seen in like a decade, but still everybody has to think about this stupid guy.
Bro,
Hate him.
there's something that's said here that bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
is
get into
there?
it.
Yeah.
Ivankov suggests freeing him, much to Luffy's shock, and reveals that he has long since known Crocodile, as far back as when he was a rookie, and should Crocodile get out of line, Ivankov will take care of them themselves, since they know of Crocodile's weakness. Let's talk about this for a minute, Mark.
Well, Caden, is this the part that you wanted to talk about too?
Yeah, because I have questions.
Us too.
There have been some popular theories since this moment because of what we know Ivankov for. Maybe it was some sort of a service of an empowering or using some sort of
Fam, I hope that
boosting or
that
something.
Ivankov wouldn't use that against Crocodile. That's not cool.
Agreed. The most popular theory to come out regarding this interaction is that Crocodile came to Ivankov for a transition, and Crocodile was and is now how we're familiar with him. But the most buck wild, absolute crazy theme.
I
thing.
didn't even know about this until you guys brought it to my attention.
I saw it on
think.
a random ass video once. So taking that further, of not only
Oh no.
did Crocodile transition, but before Crocodile's transition, because they know Ivankov, maybe they were part of the Revolution Army. Wait a minute. Maybe Crocodile is Luffy's mom. This is 100% a real thing that happened.
A theory, we should say. This is a real
fan
theory.
This is
100% a theory that exists, which Oda didn't make any better. There's an SBS where somebody asked, what's Luffy's mother like? Was she beautiful? What happened to her? Did she die when Luffy was a baby? Oda responded, I think she's alive. I'm still thinking hard about this, but if she does appear in the story, then she'll be a very tough-looking woman and strict. There's no way that she's a beautiful mother. She's got this typical middle-aged woman's permed hair. Speaking about okay, and then it goes off into another thing, and then everybody looked. So Oda every once in a while does swapped characters, and everybody immediately went to the Crocodile swapped photo and were like,
Wait a minute.
Crocodile has a perm. Wait a minute. And so one of the biggest meme theories to come from this interaction is the Crocomom theory.
I always
Can we
think in
not
terms.
call it Crocomom?
That's
Too late. It's
the
already been
theory.
branded.
That's the name of the theory, is the Crocomom theory.
Already been branded.
Can I directly ask fandoms to come up with better names for things?
No, they won't.
I mean, you can ask. The real,
You know that
Day?
fandoms can't come through on that type of stuff. You know that.
With what Ivankov is holding over Crocodile, what we're assuming, obviously I would hope it's not that they're holding over Crocodile their transition. I think that could be a transition, and whoever they were previously is a very important character. I feel like it's more of whatever their origin story is might be relevant.
Change of appearance, regardless of transition.
The best part is that Oda did not clarify, so he can just pull that out of his hat whenever he wants. If he even remembers, who knows?
I'm gonna say that what Ivankov meant about that in particular was that probably maybe it's how he got his devil fruit, or maybe just embarrassing stories from his past, or maybe just I don't know, I know the people who will get to you well enough, or maybe just maybe I'll just throw you in the ocean. I don't know, who cares?
Maybe
Listen, it's whatever. It's I know the thing that can really beat Crocodile. You know that he's made out of sand, right? And what happens to sand when it gets wet, and also the fact that devil
The
fruits
same
make
thing that
people-
happens to everything else.
Oh, you ate a devil fruit, and your devil fruit gives you sand power? Hey, double water weakness? That sounds fun. Let's throw him in the ocean.
What if it was just like Ivankov just knew Crocodile for a long time, and like they were in middle school together, so they had seen
There
his
is no way
his
Crocodile
emo.
is as involved as
But what if he saw? But what if he saw like his emo phase, and he's like, I can hold this
he
over
has
you.
his emo phase wanted poster.
I have the photos. I have the photos.
I'm just letting you know that I still have all of your My Chemical Romance CDs.
I have your fan. Like you didn't delete any of your fanfics off your old FFnet account, and I have the link. I feel like it's like could be something like that too. I mean, you never know.
I know what your secret AO3 account is. You can't hide from me.
Crocodile forgot the password, so they can't go back and delete everything.
Honestly,
just crazy.
That's terrifying. It's like don't. That's also bad. Don't tell people.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying though. It's like
don't tell people's secret AO3
In
accounts.
any case, whatever
There's
this bad
secret
news
photos.
is bad news.
And
Don't
whatever it was is enough for Croc to go, oh, okay.
oh no.
Oh,
He
Okay.
knows that-
I'll play
he knows
nice.
that he knows that Crocodile used to be a bedwetter.
Oh no.
I think it might be something stupid enough to where like Crocodile formed his entire identity around Crocodile and like went to eat the Croco no Mi, but it was the sand fruit, and he just like
Aw.
totally goofed it and was like, oh well, I already got all my business cards made, and like, oh, fine, okay, whatever, I'll be a Sandman.
What if he was reaching for
He's
the
just
fruit,
dumb.
but like the fruit, because it's a crocodile, like bit his hand off, and it's like not only did he not get the fruit, but he also lost a hand.
That's it. That's what it is. The way he lost his hand is super embarrassing. Like he reached his hand into like some chicken feed, and the chickens like pecked it off or something really stupid.
Like,
and he
"Aw,
says like,
man."
no, like I chopped off my hand myself, and I was doing something super cool, and it like a tree fell on it and ripped my hand asunder, and it's like. It got caught in a taffy pulling machine because he wanted some candy when he was 7.
After that realization / reveal, Jinbei suddenly speaks out, begging to help as he wants to save Ace as badly as Luffy, even willing to die a glorious death to do so. Noting this, Luffy agrees, and Inazuma frees Crocodile and Jinbei and chops a spiral ramp up to the next level of the prison, which Crocodile bores a hole through the floor by turning it into sand. When the guards reach that level and see the devil fruit users have escaped, former guard captain Shiryu calls out to the guards that the trio escaped and that he's willing to help Magellan quell the riot. News of this development reaches Hannibal, who decides to deal with things himself and have all the Impel down forces meet on level 4. Like, while all this is happening, Magellan is still in the toilet.
There is so much stuff happening in Impel Down. It was this whole arc, like between getting down here and then going back up, which we're like going back up now.
Hooray.
It's like there's so much that happens in such it feels like a very, very, very long time. It's not that many episodes, but this is where I was just like, this feels like forever. Like, this feels like forever. This is the only time while watching One Piece I felt that this is taking too long. I'm kind of done with being in prison.
I'm afraid
Dude,
I've got
mood.
some bad news.
We're only on level 5.
Yeah,
We're almost there.
we're getting there.
So Ivankov and Inazuma have gathered the residents of New Kama Land, and they cause a riot throughout all of Impel Down, grabbing keys, unlocking cages as they go to keep the security forces occupied. Going from level 4 to level 5, Luffy, Crocodile, and Jinbei rush out. Crocodile gets ahead of the two, dries up the entrance to level 4, turning the door into sand. Security is already on that level waiting for them. The trio attack full force. Crocodile does his Barchan ability. Luffy uses Gomu Gomu no Ame, and Jinbei uses Fishman Karate. Can we talk about how fucking cool Fishman Karate is?
It's so
Let's go on.
cool.
He punches the air in front of them, and they all stand confused for a second, and then the aftershock of him punching the air in front of them blows them all off the bridge. That's amazing.
It's like water bending, but like taking the molecules of water in the air and utilizing it and combining it for some sort of power. It's rad. I love Fishman Karate. It's a cool thing that was like, it was introduced in Along Park, right? There was the one guy that did it.
Yeah.
And then we just hadn't really seen much of it since up to this point.
We haven't really, aside from, who's our boy? Octo Boy.
Hachan.
We didn't really see like that many fish people until like semi recently again. Like it'd been a bit.
A minute.
In it.
In it.
No.
Oh,
We
Not
can't do
this
that.
again.
We can't do that for 4 fucking episodes.
We're back.
we did do it for 4 episodes.
We did. It came back for 3 more episodes after that one episode. It did.
That sounds fake, but I don't know.
Sounds fake, isn't it?
Isn't it?
So,
Al, please.
yes. So on level 2, Buggy and Mr. 3 are running for hours since the wolf incident, and they're hiding in a wax tank that they built. And Mr. 3 notices that all the Blugori are running to a different part of the prison, and they realize that now's their best chance to escape. There's like a montage sequence of all the good times they had together, and they have to unlock all the prisoners on this level with keys, copies of keys made out of wax. And basically this is how Buggy forms his new crew. Is taking credit for all of Mr. 3's work.
What did
Hannibal
I call
gets-
him? Bogart Q Clownington? Is that what I said?
Yes, Bogart Q Clownington.
That's
Love
it.
to see it.
Failing upwards. This time, literally and figuratively.
Got
Damn
him.
it. Oh, pulling one out of the vault.
Let's go. That was the best joke in the entire
Let's
episode.
go.
Hell yeah.
The security on that level heads for level 4. That's so many levels to remember in this. When the monitor room tries to warn Hannibal of what's going on, but everybody's already out. Buggy and Mr. 3 reveal their plan to start another riot. So this time 2 riots happening below and above Hannibal. And he has to try and figure out which one he wants to go to. And he enters a panic. And all the guards with him start... Oh, God, Mark.
Uh-oh.
Ignore me.
Okay.
Don't perceive me. Don't perceive me.
Don't perceive me.
So he goes into a panic, and the guards around him start panicking as well. It's like, isn't he the vice warden? Isn't he supposed to be able of taking care of these problems? And just as all of this starts to happen, they get news that the Blackbeard pirates have shown up at the entrance to Impel Down.
Because it
And-
can't possibly get more confusing.
We now have 3 separate prison incidents happening at the same time. Hannibal, who wants to be the warden, cannot make a decision. He starts panicking, and then suddenly over the Denden Mushi, Magellan calls in from level 2, saying that he's quelling that riot by basically murdering everybody with poison.
Cool.
Oh,
The prison system.
that's pretty cool. Mark.
Woof.
Wow.
While all this is going on, Ace is aboard Onigumo's ship, chained to a chair.
No.
It's a really sad sky montage where Onigumo's like, "This is the last sky you'll ever see."
No.
And Ace is like, "Oh, man."
Oh,
shoot, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez, Molly, your tea's
Wow.
done.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So at the entrance, Blackbeard and his crew have arrived. The guards try to stop them. Blackbeard sucks them up into his darkness power and spits them back out at the Marines who try and come at the crew from behind. Who's your favorite Blackbeard pirate, and why is it Burgess?
Because he looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, there we go.
Also named after Burgess Meredith. I don't know if that's true.
I think there was an SPS that confirmed it.
Really?
No, no.
Oh, come
Wow.
on! That would have been awesome.
Got her.
I'm supposed to trust you. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
trust you.
Do you see how I feel now, Caden? Do you see? Do you
I mean,
see?
Oh,
only in
y'all
the
don't
case
even
of
know.
only in the case of One Piece, but
Do you
yes,
see?
I do see.
Do you
It's
see?
the name of the spoiler chat.
On the Grand Line.
Well, I mean, is either named after Burgess Meredith or Jesus Christ.
Oh.
because
Is he though?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, actually.
Uh-oh.
Wait, Caden. I actually have this information. His birthday is Christmas Day.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes,
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
In
That's
reference-
I can't. Shut up. I can't. I quit. That's
Goodness
it. I
Lord.
can't do this anymore. I can't.
And there were
Jazzy.
two pirates with the surname Burgess.
Burgess.
So they're named. It's a historical reference, not a reference to the actor that played the
Burgess
penguin.
Meredith and Jesus.
Aw.
That's it.
I thought for sure it was the penguin actor.
It's Burgess Meredith and Jesus. That's exactly. Jesus of Nazareth and Burgess Meredith together again at last for the first time.
Hooray.
There was
Holy
a Josiah Burgess that he's probably like directly named after.
His name resembles that of real-life pirates Samuel Burgess and Josiah Burgess.
Burgess.
No.
Burgess.
Burgess
His birthday
Meredith
is on
and
Christmas
Jesus.
Day, reference to his name Jesus.
Jesus of Nazareth and fucking Burgess Meredith. What
Dude,
the hell?
my favorite fusion.
Actually, it probably is Josiah Burgess because they had dealings with Blackbeard.
Oh.
Historical accuracy.
Oh.
And here I am like, oh, I like the Lucha Man.
I like my answer better.
That guy died in 1719.
Yeah, that's my headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. That's the headcanon, but we gotta provide some of the historical accuracy.
We gotta make it somehow related to pirates
And Batman.
and Batman.
and Jesus.
And,
And-
always Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus.
What? Oh my! I forgot about the.
Please
for-
keep going. Please, anything
Yeah,
to get
so-
away from this. Please.
This is
Please.
still a long trip we're going on. Magellan also reveals that he's decided to release Shiryu. The jailer's
you
on
wanna
his level.
Talk about all-time bonehead plays. What an
It's
idiot!
pretty dumb idea. They release him from his cell and give him his sword, which is like straight out of Destiny.
Baller.
This little like, pop art sword design. And the first thing he does is murder the guards that released him.
Awesome.
Can you believe?
I can't believe Magellan didn't think of that.
Wow.
You let the mass murderer go, and now he does a mass murder. Luffy's group continues to rampage, defeating guards, gaining keys, and freeing more prisoners to help them in their breakout. Saldeth and his Blugori appear at the scene, but Ivankov using his face growth hormones and Hellwink. So Hellwink, or actually Deathwink, is normal attack, just on a giant head, now called Hellwink. Like blasts dozens of Blugori off each wink, which is kind of amazing. Winking as an offensive, like, damage-causing attack. The Okama Queen tells Luffy to leave the guards and them to keep going, which Luffy, like, this whole section, really, is a series of events where adults remind Luffy about the linear nature of time.
Time
it's
is a
like-
flat circle, Luffy. Time is a flat circle. Don't worry. If you stay in one point, it'll come back around. Don't worry.
Hooray.
Stay put. Everything will be fine if you just stay right here and don't do anything.
The group
Right.
approaches Sadie and the jailer beasts, and Luffy's like, I want to fight him, and everyone's like, no, you gotta keep going. There's a time crunch. Like, okay, and then they approach...
Speedrun, Luffy. Speedrun.
I
Yeah.
guess.
They approach Blackbeard's crew. Pirates seem to be easily pressing onward despite the attacks. Shiryu appears on the scene, confronts Blackbeard before anything happens. We're back on level 4, where Luffy's group continues to battle the Golers as they press on. Sadie confronts the group. Luffy gets yeeted past her, and he just has to
Yeet.
keep going. Ivankov has transformed into their female form and proceed to do battle with the jailhead. Luffy doesn't even recognize them. It's just like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go do that thing, and continues running. And he gets stopped by Hannibal, who has his two-sided Nagitana. Is that right?
Oh.
It's
Naginata?
Naginata?
Naginata, right.
Yeah.
It's
Naginata today.
two long swords stuck together, and he spins it really fast, creating a wheel of fire, or a Shinetsu Jigoku Guruma.
Ooh.
Nicely pronounced. Way to go.
Did it! I was
Hooray.
sweating a little
Nice
bit.
rebound. Nice
No,
rebound.
you did it. You did a great job. That's a good one.
It's on fire.
Luffy eventually has enough of it, goes into gear second, and beats the living snot out of him. Surprisingly, Hannibal, heavily wounded, gets back up and gets super serious. Like, I can't let any pirate out of here because they're going to destroy the world. He goes on a rant about how evil pirates are, and he's trying to keep
Them and their
Said
avocado
pirate.
toast eating ways.
Yes. Boomer gets mad.
Can you believe?
Yells at Rubber Cloud.
We already did this episode.
It's just, I mean, get ready for more of it because that's the plot of the show.
I just want the fist shaking, but instead of the cloud, it's just Luffy doing Fusen.
Old people mad at young people for caring about planet. ... Show over.
Subtitle,
believe?
no one is surprised.
Shocking. What I need now is I need the entire One Piece crew. I need art of the entire One Piece crew. I mean all of the Straw Hat Pirates sitting around together at a table eating avocado toast with the Marines in the background just being like, "We have to stop them. They're eating avocado toast."
I mean, knowing Sanji, that probably is how most scenarios probably happen.
And Luffy is just like, yeah, dude, I don't care. I'm just trying to save my brother. And he's like, some fools refuse to listen. And in that moment, Hannibal's men get sucked into darkness. Blackbeard arrives.
Oh, this guy. Hate this guy.
Blackbeard stomps Hannibal into the ground, knocking him out, and this pauses the fighting as the crew appear among the group, with Luffy instantly remembering Blackbeard from Jaya. Who's Blackbeard from Jaya? It's Pie Guy.
Pie Guy. My old nemesis.
Mr. Pies.
Sometimes you just be eating pies, though.
That's fair, but you don't go out of your way to be like, I can't remember anymore. But listen, it's about the principle. It's about the principle.
If ever anyone needed proof why Molly's the captain.
That might have been single-handedly the best moment on this show. Of just
What was it?
look.
It was Juice when he was like, pie is good versus meat. Was it meat or juice? Where they like couldn't agree. They're like, this thing tastes like shit. This thing tastes amazing. And it was pies for Blackbeard. Anybody remember what Luffy was adamant about? See, you guys don't know either.
But we didn't have the build-up that you had.
Molly, what are you talking about?
Yes.
No, when they met on Jaya, and like the very first instance we ever see of Blackbeard is him and Luffy at that bar, and they're both eating and drinking stuff from the bar, and it's like Blackbeard's eating pie. He's like, "This is the best pie I've ever had," and Luffy's like, "This pie tastes like shit." And then they reverse it where whatever they're eating and Luffy likes it, Blackbeard's like, "This thing tastes like shit." And he's like, "Do you want to fucking fight? Like, do you want to fight me right now?"
Yeah, I think it's the food versus the drink. Whatever the drink is, one of them likes versus the pie, which the other one likes.
This mayonnaise pie tastes great. No, it does not.
It's juice. It is juice. I fucking knew it.
They're both eating cherry pie. They're both drinking juice, and one of them likes one, and one of them hates the other.
Yeah, it's juice though. I was like, I think they're drinking something, and it can't be grog because Luffy doesn't like alcohol, so it has to be juice. And he was like, "This juice is amazing. This juice tastes like shit. This pie tastes like shit. This pie is the best thing I've ever had."
Guys, I love all of you, but man, there's a lot of censoring that I'm doing in this.
Oh, sorry. It's been a while. That'll
I
be
think
fun.
I've only said it a couple times, right?
Caden,
I've said it a million times. I know specifically. I dropped an F-bomb within the first minute, I think.
You
Yeah,
did, and I was
you
just
did.
like, we back.
It's Mollicent's time.
It's me, unfiltered.
I think I self-censored by saying AF instead of as bleep. So
You did.
Sleep.
as bleep, whatever that
Oh,
is.
yo, are we then?
Oh,
Self-censor. Censor that. Censor that.
We out here.
Censor that.
I really do like that though.
Censor that.
Molly,
Censor that. I'm
you're a
sorry. I'm just me. I don't know what I'm mad about, but I hate Blackbeard. That guy's an asshole. Wait.
Yeah,
he's-
God, that is the most Luffy thing. I don't know what I'm mad about, but I hate that guy.
I hate that guy's an asshole.
So
Asshole.
in that vein,
Asshole.
Luffy angrily asks if he's actually Blackbeard. Blackbeard realizes he never told Luffy his name before. Blackbeard then mentions he was surprised to find out Luffy was the brother of Ace before asking Luffy if he should be hanging around the prison as Ace's execution draws near, basically goading him.
Do you even lift, bro?
Blackbeard explains he found out about Luffy after he defeated Crocodile and then took advantage of the open seat. Figured it would be a perfect way to make himself known to the world government. And what better way than to capture Luffy himself? However, that fight we saw between Ace and Blackbeard was Ace trying to stop Blackbeard from doing that.
Uh-huh.
As the rest of the Blackbeard pirates look on, a very angered Luffy charges Blackbeard and hits him with a jet pistol, knocking him into a wall.
Hooray.
That this is the one little bit of just
Got him.
release that we get, but we know that
This is bad news.
they don't have. There's no time for a full fight. Luffy's got to go, so it's the best. It's the best way to sort of quell and amplify when these two meet on the battlefield again. It's gonna be rough.
A book.
It's gonna be big.
Wow.
Luffy
Hey.
proclaims he will not let Ace die and starts to attack again. Blackbeard summons a black whirlpool, sucking Luffy towards him and slamming him into the ground. Luffy actually bled from the attack, which is weird since he's a rubber man.
A
And
rubberman.
before the fight can continue, Jinbei, the adult, stops and says, "Hey,
The adult.
hey, Luffy,
Yep.
time crunch, Luffy." And so calms Luffy down while Blackbeard is surprised at Luffy's strength and his increase in haki. Crocodile speaks out, asking if Blackbeard is supposed to be on the 7 warlords of the seaside, then why is he not at HQ? Which Blackbeard answers, it's a part of his plan.
He said, LOL, I'm on break.
Yeah. Union break or something.
Yeah.
Croc shrugs this off, not really caring at all. And the other prisoners announce Magellan is closing in on the area. One of his poison hydras breaks into the room and hits a few prisoners, and the group continues on. Ivankov warns Luffy that if he's poisoned again, he won't survive this time. So time crunch and death crunch. The group heads for level 3. Minotaurus suddenly appears and attacks most of the escapees. To Bond's shock, they thought they already defeated him, but these are awakened zone types, so they're much tougher and faster at recovering. Even the 3 that they downed back on level 5 will soon be back up here fighting everybody.
Yeah.
Magellan arrives at the bridge, his troops reporting about Blackbeard on the level, causing the warden to wonder how he got past Shiryu. Suddenly, a call comes down over the Dendenmushi revealing the control room with their monitors having been destroyed as well, and their communications, meaning they can't contact anyone on the outside. And then suddenly they're stopped by Shiryu not wanting Magellan to come down there. Magellan sends one of his troops to check on it while he laments how everything went wrong just by one person sneaking in. On level 2, Buggy and Mr. 3, along with the inmates on that level, continue on. As Blackbeard broke through Magellan's poison blocks on his way down by just literally, these poison blocks were meant to trap everybody inside the level and keep everyone from passing through level 2. And Blackbeard just nope, can create a black void that absorbs it. So they're just casually walking through the most secure prison in all of the Grand Line.
As you do.
You know.
As you do. The Grand Linternet.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hooray.
Grand Internet.
What?
Magellan comes across a tied up Sadie who lost her fight against Ivankov, obviously. Magellan, yeah, that was going to be a one-sided fight with someone who pretends to be losing just for fun. Why do you even say that all your bones were broken? I don't know. Gonna keep fighting. Hellwink.
Gonna keep fighting. Hellwink? Hellwink.
Hell,
Oh, yeah. Hellwink? We hellwinking?
we stand.
We winking? We winking.
We hell winking. We're hella winking.
Are we Helvinken?
What are we
Okay.
talking about?
So, so no sooner than Blackbeard introduces himself to Magellan, Magellan hits him and his crew with the Hydra coating. They reel in pain. Magellan continues coming across a bloodied Hannibal. The warden compliments him on holding out as long as he did before ordering him not to die, stating that Hannibal is the only successor that Magellan would ever accept to replace him, which I guess touches Hannibal in a way, but it's also weird. It seems like Magellan is just not good at choices in general.
Oh.
Can you believe?
Oh no.
Can you believin'? You believin', bro?
Yeah.
And then Magellan yells out to Luffy that he will not let the Straw Hat escape alive. Buggy, Mr. 3 and their bunch reach level 1, continuing the riot from there on out. Luffy's breakout is at level 3. It's like all this stuff is happening at the same time. The intercuts in this, it's just a lot. I'm really glad that they went above and beyond with all the maps on this.
They made
Like,
maps.
One of the things I kept posting in our chats was just like all of the little caricatures of each character as they're going up and down in this prison.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot happening. There's
Yes.
so much stuff going on at any given moment in this. It's like, it's confusing. It's confusing. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. It feels like, again, Impel Down feels like too much. Too much happens too fast. And then somehow it feels really long. And it's just like, whoa.
It's a heist movie, but the casino is also performing a heist during the heist. So it's two heists.
Right, and then halfway through, then other people come to mess up both heists?
It's a lot.
Hello?
That's why you gotta like read the group chat before you start the heist, so you see that the other heist people are gonna show up.
Read the room.
It's like the thing where multiple studios put out movies with kind of the same plot at the same time, and nobody's like, did nobody talk to each other about this?
Or they specifically talk to each other. They try and steal the idea beforehand.
And then they made the supercut of all three movies.
It's a Ants Bugs Life situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were all there for Bugs Life ants situation. We were all there.
You don't remember Transformers and Transmorphers coming out at the same time?
Yo, I'm
Oh,
Team
man.
GoBots.
Happy Feet and Surf's Up.
Pokemon and Digimon.
No, that was not. That's
Sorry.
not. How dare you?
All right, I'm gonna backpedal here, out the door, and I'm gone.
And time's a flat circle. It just keeps happening.
Time keeps on slipping.
So
Into the
Sadie,
future.
Sadie wakes up.
Wow.
My brain broke.
Sadie wakes up.
Sadie wakes up the jailer beast, sends them to level 1 via an express elevator, which you think they should be using way more often. Back with our heroes, Jinbei tells Luffy that the prison's surrounded by marine ships, which they can use to escape, and hopefully reach the execution in time. And at this point, there's 4 hours remaining before Ace's execution scheduled. Soon, they reach the stairway to level 2. Ivankov suddenly stays behind and makes sure those with him make it in. Magellan arrives, prompting Ivankov to call out to Inazuma, who runs ahead, cutting the stairway into pieces and blocking the exit. True hero move, while Ivankov confronts the warden. On level 2, people from the Nukama land ask Inazuma why they did such an action, but they only tell them to keep moving before praying for Ivankov's safety. Back on level 3, Ivankov changes back to their normal form and proceeds to attack Magellan. Luffy and gang are plowing through level 2 and dealing with the creatures. When Luffy notices that Magellan's not behind them anymore, Bon informs him of Ivankov and Inazuma's bit to stall, which Luffy almost turns back, but adult in the room, Bon, convinces him to keep going and believe in their power.
Yeah, it's just like, again, speedrun, bud. Speedrun.
Card the cards. Let's go.
You've got
Come on.
strong friends.
Remember the win condition, Luffy. You
Dark
have to
magician.
keep going towards the
Sacrifice
exit.
2 monsters.
Just real quick, when you think about it, though, it's like Luffy's last fight that he had with his Nakama didn't end up well. And I like this. I like that he keeps trying to turn around to help his comrades, because he's still kind of feeling that anxiety of like, regardless if these are some of the strongest people on like in the oceans, it's like still concerned for them to fight by themselves. And I just it makes me it hurts my heart. Like, it's like, Luffy. Ugh.
Well, it's also them teaching him that not every fight is worth having when like other things are on
Sometimes
the line.
not every fight is winnable. Sometimes you got to retreat to win.
Yeah, that's the new concept.
New concept land.
What?
See, like a lot of the like regular interactions during the show have like anytime somebody else like leads, things like sort of swap. And like, I'm glad the randomly muttering something and somebody laughing has like kind of moved around a bit.
It's Al's episode, but it's like you two have switched places entirely.
Yeah.
Where we have two Buggy Boys hats and we alter them. And one says blurt and the other says talk.
Oh man, how do we tell the difference?
I want a hat that just says blurt. Are you kidding? Because people be like, is that like
blurting?
Is that like a Paul Blart?
Yeah,
no,
like
just blurt.
No,
just blurt.
No, you don't get it. You watch One Piece.
Off-brand Paul Blart merchandise.
It's a One Piece thing.
I need an embroidered blurt dad hat.
Where's the blurt shirt that was?
Yo, coming soon.
It says nothing on the front and it just says blurt right on the back.
It says
Blurt shirt.
Blurt, like a bad tattoo.
What were we talking about?
What the hell? What just happened? Where did we
we're-
go?
we're
This is
on
what happens
level
when we
one.
take too long of a
What
break.
was my joke?
We're speedrunning. I didn't hear it, so if anybody wants to repeat it.
Okay, I remember. No, we're good. We're fine. Let's okay. Press on.
So I think we're on.
Luffy's speedrunning.
Go, please.
Luffy's being told to speedrun. Ivankov, I think, is fighting Magellan. Level 2, Inazuma stands guard in front of the destroyed entrance. When something bursts into the room, he first thinks it's Eva, but much to his dismay, it's Magellan.
Oh no.
Wounded, but still going. Inazuma proceeds to go on the attack.
Yeah.
And cuts up the stairs. We were already there. Oh god, I've fallen back into the prison. Where are we? We're on level 1. Buggy and Mr. 3 squad run into trouble in the form of the jailer beasts. As they're about to run away, crocodiles on the other side of them, and one of the prisoners reports that the jailer beasts were defeated, resulting in the two receiving more shock once they see that Luffy and Jinbei were the ones who defeated them. And Luffy asking if they're okay. Soon the Okama army, which that's such a cool name, the Okama army, follows Bond quickly, kicking Buggy and Mr. 3 for their earlier abandonment. However, Magellan arrives, and Luffy and Bond take that as a sign, as Eva and Inazuma were defeated.
Hooray. Wait, no.
Hooray?
No.
Hooray,
no.
Molly?
I heard defeated, and I was like, finally. And I was like, no.
We're
no,
defeated by Magellan!
No. Inazuma.
Jinbei notices that one of the guards on the walkway is speaking into his Dendenmushi to Magellan and orders him to do something. This throws Jinbei into a panic as he tells Luffy they have to get topside straight away as they have bigger problems than the warden. Before they can, a Hydra comes at them and Mr. 3 blocks the attack with a candle wall.
Oh, let's go. It's time. It's time for the one of the coolest, like, Luffy gets a lot of like random cool power-ups that it feels like, oh, we need a new Luffy toy. What could we have them do? What could we have Luffy do in this new thing to get Luffy a new toy?
And that is wax armor.
Hooray!
It's incredible. Are we quite there yet?
What, at the armor?
We can be there. Let's
could be there.
We're there.
Let's be there.
That's basically.
Let's be there.
Broad strokes, baby.
It's right. It's Mr. 3 and Luffy stay behind to fight Magellan because he has to keep updating his armor when it gets destroyed, and everybody else is like, "Cool, we'll go outside and secure our exit."
He calls it the Gomu Gomu no Champion Rifle, which is
Champion.
awesome.
He's covered in candles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would have called it like, I don't know. No, please skip.
He does. He does.
No, Katie, what were you gonna call it?
I can't. No more. I can't. No more jokes. No more.
It's like Link opening up the chest and holding up his hands, and there's nothing in it. I had something for this.
I think in this part though, there's a part where like Luffy does the Gumu Gumu no stamp, and it's even more satisfying because he's got like a wax stamp when he does it.
It was like the giant foot. It was Bigfoot on the claw wall, or on the like spiky wall against the Hydra and Magellan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, feels good.
Mwah.
I was gonna call it
Uh-huh.
the Yankee rifle because of the handle.
Oh God.
Oh, approved.
I was
Approved.
trying so hard not to. I'm just like, no, abandon the joke before you say it.
Okay,
Just
but you know how we were talking about in a previous episode about how like certain people don't shower on our crew? Is this like
Not
a man
our crew.
candle?
Hello?
not our crew.
Can you guess who? No, on Luffy's crew. But like now I'm like thinking it's like if it's a Yankee candle, like what would Luffy's be Mark? What would Luffy's be called? Because he smells like shit.
Musk,
Meat
musk and
sweats.
ru-
Meat
musk-
sweats.
Meat sweats
musk
is good.
and tires.
Ugh.
Sandalwood
sweat.
meat
Burning
sweats.
tires.
Sandalwood meat sweat. That's it
Rub- the
entirely.
rubber sweats.
Oh, you got
Aw.
them rubber sweats.
Dude, I hate it when that happens.
What did it? What have we done?
Please, that's why I said, please don't. I don't want to.
But I mean, we did it. We're here. We're at the main entrance. So
God.
they're at the top of Impel Down. But all the marine ships that they wanted to steal are gone. Like
We've made it
Magellan
up.
called for all the ships to leave.
Something
you
smart
believe?
happened. Like I honestly can't. Of like all of the dumb bonehead plays that Magellan was like, yo, we're gonna do this. This is the right thing to do, and absolutely goofed it. They actually made a play that worked.
They knew Boot goofed it.
Wow.
But how do you solve not having a boat?
Having a boat.
Having a
Make-
door.
Make
And
a
a fish.
Oh
boat.
shoot.
Dude, just like in Minecraft.
No, just like in Titanic.
Oh, I always get those two mixed up.
They both could have fit on that door. That's all I'm saying.
They both could have fit on that door. I know Mythbusters said no. Technically, it's not true. Listen, there was other ships that were closer to the Titanic that should have gotten there first, and more people would have been saved. But no, Carpathia was the only one that actually answered the SOS. Screw you, other boats that didn't help the Titanic, you jerks, for no particular reason.
I
They were
fixed it in my
jealous.
Titanic fanfic. Don't worry. We're just gonna ignore canon.
Did you make a fix-it fic for a
Yes.
historical event?
A
Fixed
Titanic.
They got to their destination and they had a great time, like a Disney cruise,
Yeah, Final Destination.
until they return ticket.
Oh, yeah,
God.
that's true.
Oh,
Then-
please take us home.
Okay,
I need
so-
to get off. I need to
A
get out of prison.
door. A
So
door.
the gang
Get
is
me out of
riding.
prison.
The gang is riding on the back of a door, which is on the back of Jinbei, who is paddle kicking as fast as his goddamn heart can go. Which is they're
Way.
basically just on a door speedboat, rocketing
this.
away.
You door boating? Let's go.
I love this part though because
New door
literally this normally would be a big deal for people with double fruit. It's like they're surrounded by ocean, there's no boats, what do we do? And it's like, oh, thank God we have this new friend who can swim. And like not just can swim, but is like literally
Swim
like-
good.
Shout out to the Fish King who is
Yeah.
hanging out with us.
Swim Bay.
swim bay.
Bay.
Swim Bay, but Bay is spelled B-A-E.
Jinbei, you surf.
Listen, Jinbei is.
It's super effective.
I gotta say, Jinbei's a bit of a snack, and I
Yeah,
don't mean
right?
I mean. Oh, I really gotta
Let's
make
go.
this joke. I gotta make
Let's
this
go.
joke. I gotta make this joke. I gotta make it. I gotta do this. I'm so sorry to literally
it.
everybody except for Molly, who's going to love this.
Hooray.
Listen, I can probably list more than a few people who would really like that fish stick.
Whoa, let's
Oh
go.
my God.
And you don't have to censor that one because I said fish stick.
I know what you said.
Hooray.
Yo, we all heard it. We
Yo,
know
guess
you
what?
said.
Good.
Yo,
So-
I
I'm
for
glad that
everybody
I'm-
out there, Jinbei is single, so
Good.
These eyebrows, they're waggling.
Mark, that was in my ear. You can't just do that.
So Magellan seeing this, moving on. Magellan seeing this, he changes his poison to a thing called Genjite, which he explains can destroy Impel down in cells. It's like viral poison.
Hooray.
So Luffy tries to hit him with the jet stamp move, covered in wax, but the poison starts to seep into the wax. Like it's viral poison.
Uh-oh.
Tired. I gotta go seeping.
It's a bad time. A few prisoners die. Back at the entrance, they're bolting. I'm trying to boil this down as much as possible.
They get on door. They swim. They go to boat.
They get on door.
They take boat.
Take boat. Go leave.
It's
And
also
then
like this great scene where
cry.
you see like how strong Jinbei is, where he keeps
Yeah, he's-
accidentally breaking the ship, like could literally destroy fleets by himself. And they're like, "Yo, we're trying to we need this boat." And he's like,
We
"Oh,
need
haha,
the boat.
sorry,
Oh,
so
oops.
sorry."
I could just easily destroy it, but yeah, you're right. Y'all need to be on the boat.
He's like, "Oh, you guys can't swim? That's right."
I forgot with this giant door on my back.
So they get
Literally
the boat.
carrying the team.
Literally.
Man door, hand hook, car door. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I did the brain cell not here today. I'm so sorry. I have not slept. Go, please.
And so back inside Impel Down, Bon Clay reveals himself to everyone's shock and said that he copied Magellan. And suddenly Luffy's voice speaks over the Dendenmushi. Bon's upset. He wished
are we
Jinbei
there
wouldn't
yet?
have told him.
He defeated Magellan. They all are on their boat. They're going, they're leaving, and they're like, "Where's Bonchan?"
It's sad. Like Bonchan's staying back to fight Magellan.
Bonchan.
And
We've done
Magellan
this before,
says-
Bonchan. You've done this in Alabasta, please.
And the worst fucking part is Magellan asks, "Do you have any last words?" And Bonchan says, "Satisfaction."
Yeah, our friend.
This escape, in all, 241 prisoners got out. But the incident didn't end there. And there are only 4 hours left until Ace is executed.
Dun dun.
Dun-dun.
Dun dun.
Man, this like
Bonchan.
Kaden, like you said, like this the fact that
dense.
it's very dense, and like this whole like Al and I really tried to like condense everything down, like to the point where like when we were initially planning to do this episode, it was gonna be one, and then as we were approaching it, it was like, oh no, we've got.
I told you, there's
we've
no
gotta
way
split
that
it
you
up.
can. There's no way that you can impel. There's no way you can impel.
Impel
down
once.
and
Impel cut this
up.
down.
Yeah, you can't. You can't impel down and then up again immediately. You need to take like a couple days off to break.
Well,
It's
good
just-
thing we took a couple months off. 'Cause,
Just the
man,
1 month.
The chaotic energy of this episode, Al, bless you.
Hooray, Al.
Beautiful.
We
Also,
did it.
So,
We
I
got
know.
through it together.
also
Hooray.
Al. I want to thank Al.
Also
and
Al.
Ow.
Al's,
Al.
one
Al's
more-
here too.
Al, one more time.
Al, one more time. The
Yeah.
place where Al lives.
It's like it's so fun though. Like this, I mean, it's like as long as it is, it's like after all of the One Piece we just got through, and then seeing all these old familiar faces, and then it becomes this like, and they team up. It's like, what would happen if they teamed up? And it's like we see Luffy and Mr. 3 have like specific moves together, and then like Bonchan and Luffy beating up all the guards, and it's fun. And then it's like we get what you guys love, like so much Buggy screen time.
Buggy.
We bugging?
Where it's like Buggy without his crew. It's like Buggy out of water.
It's a bug out of water.
An out of water bug.
One of my favorite things about this arc is up to this point when Al and I were like, Buggy. Molly and Kane were like, no, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And slowly as like getting through this, Caden slowly, like not even necessarily like joining the Buggy team,
Just
but
degree
being
by
like-
degree.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I get it. but I'm not going to support it.
Listen,
I can respect it.
Listen, there's so much to like about Buggy. Not for me.
You see the appeal, but it's not for you.
Call the bugulence, but not for me.
I will. I will. Here's the absolute truth behind it. I love One Piece without Buggy doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There are characters in One Piece that you can remove fairly easily, and the show still works. You can't take Buggy out of One Piece and have it still work. There's so much about Buggy that makes this great and makes like characters like work and and he's such the anti-Luffy that you need him around to kind of like piece the rest of this world together, because Buggy is a typical pirate for this world and Luffy is not, and it's just so you need Buggy and you can appreciate Buggy. If Buggy isn't your favorite character, that's fine. It's totally fine. You don't need to think Buggy is the best character, but you do need to understand that
It's an
without
exclusive
Buggy,
club.
a lot of stuff doesn't work. There's a lot of thematic things that just don't work. Buggy's fine trying to look for a less great treasure. He is a less significantly caring captain. He has a completely like antithesis devil fruit power. They have completely opposite personalities. And you need it.
He wants his whole thing is like fame and money, whereas Luffy's is just like adventure and freedom.
Adventure and freedom and meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even with the elevation of Buggy as a character and as a presence, giving him Mr. 3 as a foil like helped his character even like
it's because you
higher.
have him and Mr. 3, and then you have Luffy and Bonchan, and it's literally the flips of both of them. It's literally you have an opposite, and they're teamed up, and you get this at the same time. That's what makes Impel Down work, is those four existing together. The two worst possible people who encourage each other to be more and more terrible as they go, sticking together. And the two people who are absolutely loving, caring, and encouraging stick together. And it works. Both plans work.
Both plans
work.
Work.
They both succeed. And that's exactly why you need Buggy around, because otherwise it's just about Luffy being a shonen protagonist and succeeding all the time. You have somebody who's actively the worst at everything still winning here. In the worst situation ever, you have Buggy teamed up with the biggest coward of Crocodile's gang, who is just super smug. It's like, I'm just going to entrap you in wax and then walk away. I don't have to actually fight. Then you actually put him in a fighting situation. It's like, oh, okay, maybe he can actually do some stuff. It just works.
And just like even as those like opposite groups like work off of each other too, like part of the reason Mr. 3 steps in is because he's like remembering about Bonchan, and then like parts where like Buggy's like, I'll step up. Like I can't let Straw Hat get all the credit. It's like they kind of are bouncing off each other. But at the same time, being like, when Luffy's like, he's like, really, you'll help me? Thanks. And he's like, don't thank me. I'm a scoundrel. Like, makes me laugh.
This is a good arc.
This is a very good arc. It was fun. Like you didn't really know, like you knew what the there was a quote unquote plan, but you knew because it was Luffy, the plan was gonna fall apart. And it was just like you just didn't know how or when or why. And it's just like, oh, this is really fun.
Like I said, this is probably my I'll be honest, this is my least favorite arc. I still had fun. It just felt long.
Oh, give it time.
Listen. There is a difference between something being actually long and then something short feeling long. Okay, there is a significant difference. I can sit through something long. I'm watching One Piece for
That's
God's
fair.
sake here, but like there is just a significant thing where it's just like, if you're watching a movie that is an hour and a half and it feels like a 2.5 hour movie, that it kind of sucks. Versus like you watch a 3-hour movie and you're just like, oh, it's over? And it's like there is a significant difference there. It's like something long can feel short and something short can feel long. This is an arc that was short, felt long. And there are definitely arcs that were longer that I kind of felt like I blinked and I'm just like, oh, we're done here? Okay. Well, okay.
Also, just to be fair, like Kaden also until like I think only one arc she didn't watch. She also was watching the One Piece filler. So
Yes.
she was watching long stuff, y'all.
Like I watched all of the things. It's
And
a
then we
lot of
remembered
fun.
to tell you to not watch one of them. We're like, oh yeah, don't. But that didn't stop them. Sometimes they just insert a random like background origin that's not canon and it introduce characters that Caden very specifically likes that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And never will again.
Hooray! What was her name? Kale?
Olive.
Olive.
No,
Green.
Kale's the other character that
Kale's
that
from
is
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, which same
Nailed it. Sensu beans.
I have almost approximate knowledge about many things.
Kale.
No, that is me. You guys don't understand. That's me. That's it. That's it. Yes.
Well, you heard the captain. That's it.
Before we sign off, tell the folks where they can find you.
Pick
I'm
somebody.
gonna point at somebody.
We can all go
Mark,
at the same time.
go ahead.
Please, we need to keep this in now. Now you
Okay.
gotta keep it in. This is too damn funny.
Mark is going. I'm doing a great job.
You're
You are
doing
doing
it,
a great
Peter.
job, Al.
Peter, you're doing it.
Al, you're doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate you taking the
X
reins
for
on this
down.
one.
Al, don't feel bad. Next week is my time. So
Uh-oh, that's a preview.
that's going to be, you can only imagine, we're only going to go down from here.
But until that episode, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Mark B. Donica. I've been streaming a little bit more since coming back from the break, and I've been a variety of random-ass things. And we're also going to be doing some stuff with the Yayo Talk Show Twitch, so make sure to follow that as well.
Molly, go.
Oh, me?
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter.
Thank you, Caden.
You're welcome.
You can find me on Twitter at Teflood, TEHFLOOD, and Tumblr at Molly Flood or Molly K Flood, depending on what you're looking for. And we have a Yayo Talk Show Tumblr full of memes and art and things all related to One Piece that you guys should check out.
Caden, it's your turn.
Yay, my turn. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitch at Caden Jensen, KDINJENZEN. I made my VTuber debut not too long ago.
Yay!
Congrats.
So we out here VTubing. I'm playing Apex Legends, Pokemon, probably some horror stuff later on. But of course, you can also check out Yayo Talk Show's Twitch as well. And you can also find me on the Rooster Teeth website. And that's just Caden there, KDIN. I'm most active on Twitter. And today I posted how I hold a controller, and people are mad at me.
Me too.
Which that's fair. That's valid. Hey,
And
Al, you want to
I'm
do
Al.
Al,
Yeah,
Al, you
I'm
wanna
gonna.
do it?
Al's gonna go now. Al's time to shine. To
It's
say
Al's time.
that he is on the internet at Al McClelland Jr. ALMCCLELLAND on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch. And going along with how most arcs and sagas have ended, now that you've listened to the episode, you've joined our crew. With that comes the responsibility of telling your friends, leaving a comment, following us on Twitter at Yayo Talk Show, and then letting Caden watch the show in one piece. So come aboard, and we'll see you next time on Yayo Talk Show.
Yo.
Yo.
It's good to be
Yo.
back. It's good to be
God,
back.
I'm tired.
Talking about
One Piece.